focus on my brake lights.
Ain't turning back, now that I'm back on track, yeah. Take my word from it, put a couple bands on it, and I don't plan on letting people turn me, no. You can say what you want, I'ma keep pressing on. I came up out that green light, I'm feeling green, right? Talking to my past life, focus on my brake lights, cruising to my future now.
You got it right, ladies and gentlemen. It's time for Breaking the Silence. Yes, it's that time. So I want you to actually focus your time over here, right here. Yes, that screen over there.
Don't go nowhere.
Remove all that remote and all that distraction because you're about to have fun. Right, ladies?
Yes.
Are we going to have some fun today?
We sure are.
Yes, and our topics are overflowing today. But before all of that, we want to introduce ourselves. My name is Anjali.
I'm Nori.
I'm Shaitia.
And again, this is Breaking the Silence. Okay, so let's go to our breakdown of the topics which will entertain you.
Okay.
First off is, maybe this will not entertain, will actually release your stress.
There you go.
So this is about meditation, mindfulness. These are some techniques for stress relief. Maybe you've already been, it's just been a few months in the new year, but then you're already stressed out. Maybe it's, all the responsibilities, tasks, work, children, family, whatever it is. Today we got you covered.
Yes.
Right.
But also we're gonna have some fun, give you some of our favorite shows or favorite movies
Yes.
or favorite books. So if you wanna know what our favorite shows are, favorite flicks, then I want you to stay tuned for this segment, Entertainment Spotlight. But also, we got some learning to do, some reflection to do.
Yes,
So
reflection.
we are going to do Rose, Thorn, and Bud.
Yes, we are.
Woohoo!
And it's always good to do this every so
Yeah.
often to see your progress
Right.
and changes on certain things that you want to,
Your self-reflection.
Yes, there you go. So
We're gonna
that's
do that
gonna be a good one.
activity because usually you're used to us playing games, but today we're gonna be a little serious
Yes.
and a little bit more,
Mindful.
mindful.
you
Exactly.
go.
This episode is going to be really good. So I want you right now to gather everyone in your house, in your workplace, wherever you may be right now, and we're gonna go on a quick break, and we'll be right back.
From overcoming challenges to embracing triumphs, get ready for laughter, inspiration, and the unbreakable spirit of women. Breaking the Silence, it's your time to shine, begins now.
Hey, honey. We thought we'd try something new.
Family art hour. What do you think?
You got jokes. You're funny.
Learn about adopting a teen from foster care. You can't imagine the reward. Learn more at adoptuskids.org.
Come on! Go, Diane! Yeah, keep it going! Yeah! Go, honey!
If you love them enough to drive an hour to cheer them on as they get beat 11-0 in the rain, then surely you'll check nhtsa.gov/the right seat to make sure they're correctly buckled in the back seat.
Throw that ball, Diane! Woo! You got this! Real women, real talk. Breaking the Silence is where stories become connections. Let's break the silence together.
I surrender.
All right, pal. Get ready for the day, buddy.
Hey, Dad. Hey, Dad. Do we have a gun?
What's up?
Do we have a gun?
Meet the scan, a simple procedure whose mission is to detect lung cancer early.
I'm here to save you.
But I feel fine.
That's great, but you may still be at high risk for lung cancer.
Oh man, that's a new fence.
If you smoke, early detection could save your life. Learn more at savedbythescan.org.
Breaking the Silence is back. Let's keep the conversation going.
On Breaking the Silence, we aim to broaden your horizons on a variety of topics.
Justification that comes with any addiction.
Beneficial advice you can use in your daily life.
But as you mature, you have to be with someone who matures with you.
Let's explore today's topic together on Breaking the Silence.
All right, so before we relax and give you some tools on how you can do that, we're gonna go on our question of the day first. Because again, Breaking the Silence is never ever the same without the question for all of you viewers. So let's take a look at that. Our question for you today is, if you could spend a day doing anything creative, what would it be?
That's a good question.
Yeah, for
I like
all
that
our
one.
creative people out there, you probably have a long list, that you wanted to do. So share that with us. We have our QR code that's going to pop up on your screen, and it's Breaking the Silence _talk show. And once you scan this QR code, it's going to bring you all the way to our Instagram page. And there you can send us your comments, your answers to this question. All right, so we're all set for that. And also, if we do have time, we are also going to share our creative,
Ready to share
creative
mine.
thing that we wanted to do. Okay, so now let's go on relaxing. All right, relaxation, mindfulness, and meditation. This is a powerful tool actually for women's wellness. And yeah, we've already heard about it. We've also talked about it here in the show, but today we're gonna dive deeper on really what meditation is about and how mindfulness actually contribute to women's wellness.
Yeah, because in our busy lives, stress can definitely take a toll, and learning how to manage it is essential. It's essential for our mental health and for our physical health too. So that's why we're definitely gonna be diving into it.
Yeah, and sometimes people think that it's a hard thing to do. They have to do this or that or something to manage their stress, but we're going to teach them some simple techniques because it's not as complicated as you may think it is.
Exactly.
Yeah. And actually, let us simplify this for our viewers. Actually, mindfulness is paying attention to the present moment. You're just being mindful of everything, your environment, even your body. Because most of the time we just get too, get caught up with all the work that we do, with all the tasks and responsibilities, and we forget to actually be mindful of the situation. So being present without judgment, it's about being aware of your thoughts, your feelings, and sensations as they rise. And this can help reduce stress and actually increase self-awareness.
That is very good and is important as well. And benefits. Let's get into the benefits. So benefits for women's health. So studies show that mindfulness, it can actually reduce anxiety. It reduces anxiety, it improves your sleep. You're able to sleep, and it can even alleviate symptoms of PMS. And a 2016 study in the Journal of Women's Health found that mindfulness-based interventions can significantly reduce stress in women. So that is a big thing, because us women, we tend to be stressed for anything and everything. For the smallest things that, anybody else would just be like, whatever, that's not a big deal. No. We will find ourselves drowning in a cup of water, if I can say that expression in English.
Yeah, and as we're hearing these benefits, I'm thinking of ways that we can practice mindfulness. So one technique that you can do is focus breathing. Because maybe you're like, oh, okay, I breathe, or everybody always tell you take a deep breath, be calm. So when you do focus breathing, what you do is you take a deep breath. You keep your eyes closed, you take that deep breath, and you just focus on your breathing. So if your mind starts to wander, if you start to think about, oh, did I turn the oven off? I hear the kids crying, you're gonna just bring yourself back into that moment, that time, and you're just gonna focus on your breathing. You're gonna feel how your abdomen rises and falls. You're gonna release that tension that you have inside of you. And it doesn't even need to be an hour of breathing, but just like maybe 2 minutes, 5 minutes of you you just focusing and focus on your breathing, you're gonna feel that calming sensation happen.
You know what, like before we go on to the next technique, I could say that this is true, at least for me. Like whenever I know that I'm kind of like already like stressed, or you know that high emotion, right, is getting to me, I would just like tell myself like, hey, Angeli, you know, take this time. And as you said, it doesn't necessarily need to be like minutes, even like not even 5 minutes, just like a few seconds. And you just really do that, like close your eyes and just really take those deep breaths, and it actually works. Like for me, it does, and it calms me down, and then focus on really what's going on, you know, because again, most of the time we're like, our emotions are scattered everywhere, and we are not able to pinpoint where we're stressed, how we're stressed, and we just lash out, you know, we tend to lash out to everybody. So that could be like one technique that we can do. Another one is a body scan. So a body scan meditation is when you lie down and when you sit comfortably, so basically like you're very like relaxed, right? In a position that you're very relaxed, and then you slowly bring your attention to each part of your body. So from your toes to your head, and then you notice any sensations without judgment. So this actually helps you become more aware of your body and release tension, you know. So because sometimes we find ourselves really stressed out in all different parts of our bodies, and when you do that body scan, you'll see that, hey, maybe I am stressed on my, you know, neck, or maybe on your shoulders, or maybe even like your, you know, your hands or whatever, and you tend to like just again lash out because you don't know, you can't pinpoint where you're stressed. So doing a body scan helps you be aware of your surroundings as well.
That is good. Another one would be mindful walking, and this one here for me is a really good one because for me, in the past, when I used to get very, very upset or heated and I just needed to go for a walk, I would go for a walk. But doing this mindful walking is more in depth than to just going for a walk to blow off steam. Pay attention to each step that you're taking. And as you're taking each step nice and slowly, you're being mindful of your emotions, you're being mindful of your thoughts, calming your thoughts down, because perhaps your thoughts are racing. They're, you know, they're going haywire because you're feeling antsy or, you know, hyped about something, upset, angry. And when you do mindful walking, you're not only, you know, exercising physically, but the best side of it is that you're mainly paying attention to you, to your like your inner self, and calming it down. And that right there is so much better than to just like, you know, storm off and just walk around, because a lot of times when you do that, you still come back and you're huffing and puffing.
Because you know you're in your head, so you're reliving that situation or you're thinking about what that person said to you. So when you start to focus on something else, it's like that anger that you had is no longer there. And maybe you're like, but I don't know how to like stop paying attention to certain things. Like I just need to stay like I can't stay focused on anything but the problem. So there's some guided meditations where there's certain apps that you can download, or even listening to like nature noises, white noises, where you can focus on the noise. You know, there's some guided meditation apps where they'll tell you, okay, deep breath in, hold, now out. So that way you don't have to like worry about, am I holding it for too long? Did I do it long enough? They will give you that time. You'll have a timer like 5 minutes or 3 minutes, and throughout those minutes they will tell you what to do, where the only thing you're focusing on is the instructions.
And some of the top, as you mentioned about guided meditation, we have some top guided meditation apps that we wanted to share with our viewers. One of them is Calm. Yeah, you can already see the title is going to make you calm. So it offers a wide range of guided meditations for relaxation, stress reduction, and sleep. If you're having trouble sleeping, because sometimes when you're stressed, again, that anxiety or those anxious thoughts just keep racing on your mind, and you're not able to have a restful night of sleep. And then we also have Insight Timer. I like this one with a timer on it. It features a vast library of free and paid guided meditations from various teachers, including meditations for mindfulness, sleep, and spiritual growth. And I think like with the timer, as you said, it gives you like that time. Oh, is it time to stop? Or is it, because these are being like researched, I think so, right? Like the apps that are being out there, they're research of which time do you actually, you know, calm down, especially if you put like your, you know, like some signs that you're stressed, you're too stressed, or maybe you're just medium stressed, or maybe you're just slightly stressed. So they give you like that time according to you. We also have another one, which is Smiling Mind, designed for children and adults. Oh, for children too, okay. With age-appropriate meditations for mindfulness and wellness. So it offers daily meditations and personalized programs. And we also have Happier Meditation. Again, it gives you like that guided meditation for happiness and well-being. Because again, if you're stressed, there's no way that you could be happy while you're stressed.
Exactly. And you can be able to download all of these things, you know, on your phone, even on your smartwatch. Like I have an app on my smartwatch where it gives me like, you know, where it says, oh, it's time to breathe, where I do my breathing techniques and stuff. So that also helps as well, especially if you're, you know, stressed about something. Just go ahead, listen to it and be like, okay, you know what? This is a sign that I need to just sigh and, you know, just calm myself in the middle of all this chaos. But you know, it's always good to start small. Starting small is always the key in order for you to have best results. So start small. Start with just a few minutes, a few moments. Start with, I don't know, maybe a specific time of the day that you know that once you do it, it is gonna help you and carry you throughout the day. You know, let's say, for example, there's people that have like kind of like a routine that they do of something that gets them going. So let this be one of it as well. Starting small for a couple of minutes, then adding on a couple of days till it becomes a normal thing that you naturally do without having to set the timer or without having to be like, okay, you know what, it's time for me to do it.
And as you're talking about routine, you have to be consistent with it. You know, if you're gonna be pushing to do this, make sure you're consistent. Think of it like an appointment. You know, when you have a doctor's appointment, when you have maybe a hair appointment, you don't want to miss those appointments. So when you have this routine, you have to think like, no, I can't miss my breathing time. I can't miss this 15 minutes that I'm setting aside, you know, to be mindful of myself, to release this stress, release this tension, because at the end of the day, it's helping you. You know, it's helping you be more calm. It's helping you go through life, because life happens. You're gonna always be stressed, you know, but if you take this time to push through it, to be like, okay, I don't care what's going on, the world can be on fire, but I'm gonna take this time because I can't tackle this fire if I'm stressed. You know, I'm not gonna be able to make a clear decision. So when you're consistent with it, you'll be like, you know what? Let me calm down, and it'll be natural to you. You know, something's going on, you feel your heart rate racing, and you're like, you know what, okay, breathe, take this 30 seconds, let me breathe, let me calm down, let me clear my mind so I can think clearly.
And of course, being patient, because at first you're just gonna be like, okay, let me close my eyes. Okay, you have something to do, right? Like it's taking time, you know, 10 minutes later, 5 minutes later, here's your to-do list and you haven't done it, and here you are taking that mindful meditation. No, be patient with yourself, because at first you're gonna have like those thoughts. Again, bring your thoughts again to yourself without judgment, because it's gonna happen. Your mind is just like, our minds is like, you know, it's very complicated. We have some thoughts that sometimes we don't want it to be there, some thoughts that's constantly there. So don't judge yourself, your thoughts, don't judge them. Be patient with yourself, and as you do it, like as Nori was saying, as you do it more consistently, then you'll get there and you'll find your exact pace. And once you find your exact pace, then you'll be able to know, like, incorporate in your daily routine, and then actually make stress actually just like, you know, stress? Okay, I don't need to be stressed right now, because I know a go-to strategy to actually, you know, remove it from my life. So those are all actually some of the techniques that we've given you. If you do have some techniques that maybe works for you and we did not mention it, feel free to give us a DM, and then we'll be able to share it with our viewers. But right now, we're gonna go on a quick break and we'll be right back.
Laugh, learn, and love with Breaking the Silence. We'll be right back.
Breaking the Silence. Your story matters. voice deserves to be heard. Join the conversation.
I don't remember how it started.
Go to that.
Our back and forth. It always came back.
Dad!
You probably don't remember what you told me,
That was perfect.
but I heard every word.
Is it time yet?
It's time.
Punch time for dinner.
Oh, terrific.
Donating pet food is one of the many ways you can help families in your community. Pets and people belong together. Learn more at petsandpeopletogether.org.
I was thrown clear out of the vehicle, landed 100 feet away. I lost my legs.
Lost an arm.
Can't walk anymore.
I survived 2 tours of duty in Afghanistan.
What did I need a seatbelt for?
Want more meaningful conversations? Well, then you're in luck, because you're watching Breaking the Silence.
All right, so let's do a little self-reflection here with our segment Rose, Thorn, and Bud. And for those of you who are just hearing this, like watching this right now and you don't know what actually Rose, Thorn, Bud, let us give you like a little bit of description on what it is. So Rose is something that recently positive that happened to you positively, you know, like made you happy, or there you go, that happened to you recently, a positive thing. Thorn is something that you're struggling a little bit right now. It's like a challenge that you're facing or you've faced or you want to improve. And then a bud is something that you're looking forward to, right? And we're gonna be sharing with all of you our Rose, Thorn, and Bud. And I hope you join us as well to, you know, maybe do this self-reflection as we, you know, we did the meditation and the first segment. So this is also part of that, a self-reflection of yourself. Okay, so let us move on to our first one, our Rose.
All right.
Okay, so I'll start with the Rose. Okay. And then we'll each give our
Rose.
All right.
Okay.
So my Rose recently that made me happy. Okay, so I've experimented some recipes that I've been wanting to try.
Okay.
So finally, because you know sometimes you're like you see something and then whether online or whether somebody did it and then you note it, right? You put it in your notes. I'm gonna try it, but then you never. Well, for me, I would note it, but then I would never get to try. Only when I have time. But then I really made some time, like this week or even the past few weeks. I've made some desserts, you know, that I could actually try to see, or you know, something like even make breakfast stuff that I could, you know, give it to my husband to see how he likes it and not. And then, yeah, pretty much it's good.
I love that you're trying these new recipes, but you failed somewhere though. You failed in bringing us a sample of it.
Let me perfect it first. Once I perfected it, then I'm going to do that.
You should have brought some for us to try and for the viewers to see. I think that's a sign though, because you know, lately my husband has been sending me some like
recipes
that look good. All right, so let us go into my Rose then. Y'all ready?
Yes.
For my Rose? Okay, so my Rose is I'm doing pretty good on my work-life balance, and that's something that I really was struggling with, because it's like when you have to do something, you don't give yourself any peace. You know, you stress yourself, or you know, you huff and puff, and you do all of these things. But listen, work is always going to be there. It's going to be there tomorrow, it's there today, and it's going to be there the next day and the week after. So listen, I'm just not going to stress myself. We just shared some techniques, right? Yeah. On calming the chaos and all of this and not being stressed. So listen, I'm doing great when it comes to the work-life balance. Whenever it's time for work, it's time for work. It's time to grind. But whenever it's time to, you know.
Okay.
I'm getting up there, y'all, so yes.
Okay, so let's get ready for mine.
Okay, what's your role? What is your role?
Well, okay, so my roles have been, I've been challenging myself more, you know, because a lot of times we think we can't do something. And we don't even try it. So I've been pushing myself to try. You know, if I mess up, I mess up. And if I don't, hey, I did it, you know? So that's my roles.
Okay. All right. And you're gonna try even more very soon. She knows what I'm talking about.
No, I don't.
Okay. All right. Let's move on to our thorn.
Okay.
Something that represents a challenge you face or something you'd like to improve on. Okay. Don't judge me on my thorn, okay? Because my thorn is, let's take a look, multitasking and not being able to finish. I know that multitasking is a women's skill, as they say it, right? But sometimes multitasking actually is not helping us. Well, as for me, I see that sometimes I would like to do everything at once, and then by the end of the time, because I've been using timers. Yeah, I've been using the timers. However, when you are like doing everything all at once, although you have that timer, if you're not focused on one task, then at the end of that timer, you did not finish anything. So, although yes, we like to multitask, and sometimes we can do things that we can multitask, but there are tasks that does not really need you to multitask. You need to focus on them, and so that's what I like to improve on.
Okay, awesome. I like that one, Angelique.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay, can I change mine? No.
No. It's already there. Come on.
All right, so let us go to mines. Oh my gosh, we read and we don't judge. Okay. I need to work on controlling my facial expressions. So yes, that would be me. We read and we don't judge, okay?
No judging.
So yeah, it was brought to my attention that, you know, sometimes my facial expressions, they're just like, I don't know, they're just a little too wild. Like I can keep my composure, but my face is just like, So yes, that's
saying it all for you.
Yes, it is. So I am, you see? I don't think it's true, right? What do you guys think? Look, right? There's no craziness going on. Thank you. You see, the viewers think otherwise.
Let's saving
Let's go back to the Tumblr.
Oh my God! Do they have the clip? No, I'm kidding.
No.
But you know, that's something. You know, and before I used to have issues with that, and I was able to overcome it, but for some reason, you see,
It's
when we slack on, you know,
That's
when we
what
don't
we
watch, and we pick up old habits, so that's why I love doing this roast storm. But all right, so let's keep moving. Yours,
well, I hope y'all don't judge me for mine, but my thorn is I like stay in my head. So I am working on getting out of my own head. Because again, with the challenging myself where I feel like I can't do it, or even I'll create stories inside of my head. You know, maybe like I always tell people, I don't like to be in suspense. You know, so if you're like, oh, I need to talk to you, in my head, like, did I do something wrong? Why do they need to talk to me? Why are they all of a sudden, like, can't they just tell me now? Why you can't tell, like, why I have to wait? You know, so I just be creating stuff, and then when the person talk to me, it's just like
not a big
nothing.
deal.
And I'm like, I just stress myself
for
out
nothing.
for nothing. So I'm working on getting out of my head. If something happens, or if I'm gonna push myself to challenge myself. And again, if I can't, I can. If I can, I can. And if something happens, I'm just gonna go with the flow.
Okay. All right. Don't stress. Too blessed to be stressed. All right, come on.
Yes, the mindfulness techniques.
Yes.
I'm gonna practice.
There you go.
Okay. All right. So my bod, it has something to do with my rose. Let's take a look.
Oh, okay.
So looking forward to more new recipes to try. So maybe you might actually receive some goodies and treats.
I think it's
maybe next year, okay? Like
Next
2027.
year. Oh my goodness.
No, wait, but it's not complete. You were supposed to put and to bring for Shaitia, Nori, and the crew to try.
Oh,
Yes.
so maybe in our next roast Stormbot, like maybe like in the future.
Okay. All right, that's a good one. All right, so let us go to mine. So mine is, I'm working on not complaining. And this is a big one. This is a big one, not only for me, I think, but for everyone in general. No matter what it is, sometimes complaining is something that we do without us even realizing it. Like that's like our just natural thing to do. Oh, Tia, I can't do this, so you need to finish it. Oh, goodness gracious. Seriously? You know, sometimes it just happens, you know, naturally. So listen, that's something I'm really going to push myself to do. To work on not complaining and just embracing the moment and just doing what you have to do, you know? So that's what I'm that's what I'm gonna get to.
Okay. Mine is kind of to deal with your roles.
Oh, really?
What's your roles?
So I'm learning how to set boundaries.
Okay.
So that's what I'm working for. That's what I'm looking forward to, because again, I'm a very nice person, and I will say yes to a lot of stuff, you know, even if I'm overwhelmed, even if I'm staying up all night just to get it done, you know, and then you're there sleeping in your bed, nice and comfortable, and I'm there stressing myself because I'm doing the extra mile for you. So I'm learning how to put myself first, how to set boundaries, and it's okay to say no. So I'm pushing myself to say no, like,
I like
sorry,
that.
I
Tia,
can't.
Air five, girl. Bam. That's what I'm talking about.
Breaking the silence, you all. Watch out for version 2.0.
It's all about growth. It's about maturity. It's about all of these great things.
It's about honesty, being honest with yourself, seeing what you need to work on. Because it's like, it's easy to say, oh, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that. But is it really going to benefit you?
Exactly. Exactly. So that is some, hey, you guys can do it too. Send your Rose Storm Bud. We would love to hear y'all's. Like, that would definitely be nice too. Let us know y'all participating with us.
Because I know you like our games, but hey, we gotta grow too. We gotta mature. We gotta be, you know, we gotta work on ourselves. So let us know what your roast Thorn Bud are. We have our Instagram page where you can share that with all of us. But right now we're gonna go on a quick break and we'll be right back.
Empowered women, empowering conversations. Stay with us on Breaking the Silence as we inspire and uplift each other.
Are you feeling weak and worn down by life? The Word of God says, "Come to me, all of you who are weary and carry heavy burdens, and I will give you rest." Call now, 888-332-4141. People of faith are standing by, ready to pray for and encourage you. You were never meant to carry your burdens alone.
Having low income can mean making tough choices. Choosing between paying for food or medication or a place to live is a reality for many people. Do you know someone who could use some extra help? Find out about the Supplemental Security Income Program, SSI. You could receive monthly SSI payments if your income and financial resources are low and you are 65 or older, or an adult or child with a disability or who is blind. SSI is money you can use to help pay for basic needs, like putting food on the table, keeping the lights on, paying the rent. It can mean new shoes for growing feet or help with medical needs. Call 1-800-772-1213 or visit ssa.gov/SSI to schedule an appointment or start to apply today. That's ssa.gov/SSI. Produced at U.S. taxpayer expense.
Let's strive to grow together on Breaking the Silence.
On Breaking the Silence, we aim to broaden your horizons on a variety of topics.
Justification that comes with any addiction.
Beneficial advice you can use in your daily life.
But as you mature, you have to be with someone who matures with you.
Let's explore today's topic together on Breaking the Silence.
Entertainment Spotlight. So today we're going to be sharing with you our favorite shows, or movies, or books. We spoke about like 2 serious topics, self-reflection. Another one is meditation. So today we're taking a break on the serious stuff, and we're actually going to talk about entertainment.
Entertainment is always good, and it's another form to wind down as well. It's another form to like calm yourself down. A lot of people, they find it, you get refreshed, or you get to calm down when you're like watching a good when you're watching like a good movie or a series or something.
So we got together, got some of our personal picks for you all, and who knows, maybe you can find your next binge-worthy show or movie.
Exactly.
Let's see.
Maybe what we like, you might get into it, and you might be hooked on it.
Or maybe you already watch it.
You did
exactly. All right.
Okay,
so who's gonna go first?
Who's gonna go? I went first, and the other one. Who wanna go first?
Okay. So I'll talk about a show. It's an old show. It's from the early 2000s.
Okay.
So my show is called Chuck. So if you don't know what Chuck is, basically what happens is this guy, he's a nerd. And his best friend is a spy, and they like steal the supercomputer, and then he sends it to him, and it's like downloaded to his brain. So they have to like take him on spy missions. But again, he's a nerd. He doesn't know anything. So it's just so funny to see how he goes through the mission and how he's afraid, but his brain just kicks in and he like knows everything.
Interesting.
Yes.
Okay.
Does he also get kidnapped by like bad people?
Yes. Yeah, there's a lot of stuff that
I've
goes
seen
down
this.
there.
Okay. It's not a movie, it's a series.
It's a show.
It's a show, yeah. Okay, so I've seen this too. Interesting, yeah.
Okay.
I don't remember too much about it, but yeah, it was a really good watch. All right.
Okay.
So what about you, Angeli?
Mine will be, it's a movie, and it's Inception. Okay. Maybe some of you know about it already. It's
Leonardo DiCaprio.
Yes, exactly. It's not Titanic. Okay, Leonardo. So I love how like Chris Nolan was the one. Like he was able to create this. It's fiction again. It's dream within a dream. I like psychological dramas.
Yeah.
But then as well, like at the end of the movie, you're gonna get thinking like, is my perception of reality like being changed by some kind of factors?
Yeah.
Because they made it as a fiction, but then it made you think like, what like kind of influences my perception of my own reality, So that's why I kind of like the story within it.
Interesting. I actually started watching this, but I never got to finish watching it.
They jump into people's dreams.
I have to finish watching it. I'm really gonna finish watching it. Okay, so mine. Let's get into mine. So a really good series that I love to watch. It doesn't get old for me. I can rewatch. They think they know me. No, it's not. It's actually Law and Order. Let me tell you, I've been hooked to Law and Order for such a very long time. But the reason why is because it kind of it's kind of like, for me, it's kind of like on a personal note as well, from experiences that I've had in the past, so I always wanted to get into the mind or to understand how, detectives, they go about, whenever they get to a crime scene, or how they go about investigating things and stuff like that. So I was always very curious about that. There was a point too when, I started applying for college and stuff like that I wanted to go to John Jay, which is for criminal justice, So Law and Order for me it never gets old. No matter how, I can rewatch episodes and episodes. It's just really, really good for me. And I love that cast. For me,
and it's like 20 years.
Yes,
it's so many seasons.
Exactly,
so
a lot of seasons.
You want a long show?
Yeah, that's definitely a good one to watch. And to binge watch it, listen, I can binge watch this for days. All right, so that's mine.
Yes. Okay. So I'm gonna go a little sappy here, and I'm gonna go to A Walk to Remember.
Aww,
this movie is such a sweet movie. You see like the bad guy, good girl dynamic, and you just see how he changes and how she brings out the best in him. You know, you can tell that nobody really believed in him until she started to believe in him, and she started to push him and encourage him to do the right things. And you see that, you know, it has a sad ending. So if you like tearjerkers, I'm not gonna spoil it. I'm not gonna spoil it. But if you like tearjerkers, definitely that is the movie to watch.
Yeah, it's a really good movie, y'all.
I like this.
Make sure
one,
you
too.
have napkins with you.
Yeah, we got it just in case. You know, we get a little
that is a good movie. All right,
that one's a good one.
So what's your next one?
Mine is 51st Dates. So I don't know if you watched this before.
I have.
Yes.
I don't remember watching.
Yeah, this is hilarious in a way.
So funny.
But also, I like the story. Again, I like psychological dramas, and she has like what happened to her. She got into a car accident, and she actually had anterograde amnesia, where she can't form new memories. So basically, she's stuck on the day that she was in an accident. So every day, her family would relive that moment the same day for I don't know how many years long. And then this guy came to her like cafe one time, and actually he fell in love with her, but he did not know that actually she had amnesia. And then she was constantly just wooing her, and then actually he got to know that she had this condition, but he still went for her. And for me, that's perseverance, you know, that's patience. And at the end of the day, I mean, at the end of the movie, they got married and all of that. And this one I like this one the most because he would play a movie.
Yeah, he recorded a video.
Yeah, and then actually that would like make her recollect of what happened throughout the years, so that she would like know, like, okay, this is not a strange person that's beside me, you know. So I like it. I like it. It's such a romantic movie.
I don't know if I've seen it.
I've watched it.
Yeah, maybe I did, and I just don't
really
remember
funny.
it. But it's kind of similar to my next one. So my next one is called The Vow. I love this movie so much because again, just like Angelique's, it's about perseverance as well. So yeah, that's with Channing Tatum. And in this movie, it starts off by them like being in a car, and they get into an accident where actually a truck hits them from behind. And at that moment, right before the truck hit them, she took off her seatbelt, so she went flying through the windshield, and you know, she lost 5 years of memory. So when she comes to, in her mind, before him, she was dating a doctor. And so in her mind, she's still engaged to that doctor, and she doesn't know who he is at all. And he has to fight. He fights so hard to win her back, to make her fall in love with him again. His perseverance, his determination, his just like eagerness, like, listen. And it came to a point where, you know, she just felt so bad because she just couldn't remember him or have any types of feelings for him. And then he comes at one point and he says, well, listen, you figured it out once and you'll do it again. And I was like, oh my goodness, you know, I mean, this goes to show when it's meant to be, it's meant to be, you know, but I really love his perseverance on it. I'm not gonna tell you what happens in the end. I'm not gonna spoil it for you, but this is a very, very good watch. If you haven't seen it, watch it. It's really good. I never get tired of this one either. Yep.
So you see, there's like a lot of genres, right? Like,
so many.
Romantic. We have also the one of not medical, but law or criminal genre. We also have the one of yours,
like spy worthy, you know, because I like those kind of, you know, sometimes when I watch stuff, I don't want to think. And I don't know if that makes sense, but sometimes you just want to watch something and just kind of like escape reality and just watch something that you don't have to be like, oh, so who killed that person? What happened? Like, you know, you just want to watch something and just sit there and just watch it, you know, where you're just calm. You can kind of escape your mind. You don't have too much to think about. So that's why I love Chuck, because it's just so like it's just there, you know, it's just funny, you laugh, it's lighthearted, and you can see like the foolishness he gets into, you know, where you don't have to like be like psychological where you're thinking too much, because I spend the whole day thinking, so sometimes you need to let your brain rest a little.
Okay, so what you watch, you don't want to think, you just want to watch.
Yeah, there's some shows that I'll watch that I'll think about, you know, but there's some shows you just want to have that calming moment. Okay.
Well, for me, I really like it. Like those ones that would make me like think, like psychological ones.
Yeah.
Especially that like pertains to like the mind and all of that. And I don't know. I like to be like a detective sometimes. Like, I think this is because of that, or maybe it's this, and I spoil myself of what happens next. And sometimes I would, if it's something that's not like on release or movie theater, I will go to the. This is something I do. It's so bad. Don't do this, okay? I would go to the end. Or is it a happy ending, or is it like a sad ending? So I can prepare myself.
I'm worse than you. If I feel like somebody's gonna die or something's gonna, I pause it. I'll Google. Does this person die? Does this happen? Does that happen? Because again, I don't like
yourself.
I don't want to be surprised. I don't want to be like, I'm not gonna get attached to this character and then they die. But there's shows that I've watched. There's shows that I've watched that I stopped watching because people died. Like my favorite character died, and I'm like, I'm not watching it no more. And I boycotted a very popular series because somebody died in it, and I chose not to watch it.
Oh my gosh!
And I'm standing on that hill. I'm still there, not watching it.
Oh goodness! Listen, whatever y'all do, don't let it get to y'all head just like that. You say you want to get out your head, right? Listen, don't let it get to you. Just watch it for entertainment, watch it to unwind, and just to have a good time. Don't go around being a detective like Angelique. Me too. I'm guilty of that. You know, I'm guilty of it 100%. But you know what? It's always good. It's always good to watch these things to kind of unwind, and you know, don't just watch it alone. Watch it with somebody like your best friend, or you know, your partner, your spouse.
Yeah, it can be like bonding time.
I see by watching them too, I see that I cannot watch a movie with them. So I will not even try. No, not at all. Not at all.
Oh well. Now we're gonna get to unwind again as well. Let us go to our question of the day. Okay, so for those of you who are just tuning in right now and you missed our question of the day, we want to refresh you, and that is, if you could spend a day doing anything creative, what would it be? And we already have responses from all of you. So let's take a look at our first one coming from Sarah. I would want to learn a dance with my son. He's always learning choreography from music videos, and I think it would be fun to join him for one day.
That's cute.
Yes,
Look at Nori here.
Yes, Sarah.
Like, join the club.
Join the club. Listen, I love choreography. I love dancing. Anything that has to do with dancing, choreography, listen, you stole my answer, Sarah. It's okay. You answered for me. Okay, thank you so much for that, though. All right, so let's go let's go to our next comment, which is from Mimi. Scrapbooking. I have so many pictures on my computer that I need to print and do something with. Okay.
That's nice.
All right. Scrapbooking is really good if you have the time for it, because I know it can be time consuming, right?
You have the whole day, so you just print and make those memories, and someone maybe in the future can find it and see how things were for you.
Exactly.
That's
interesting.
Nice.
All right, Mimi. Thank you.
We have our next comment from Olive. I would do something artistic, probably paint a silly picture, maybe write a poem, or teach myself latte art. Can you make one for me? Please, you know, you can put my face on it. I will be a model for you, okay?
Goodness. Oh boy. What about you, Angelique?
For me, this is something that I would really, really want to try, pottery.
Oh.
Yeah, it's something that I really, really want to try.
Yeah, it looks interesting.
Yes. And the way you focus, because once you're out of focus, then the mold is going to be like, out of whack or whatever.
Yeah.
But I really wanted to try it.
Okay, all right. What about you?
I think maybe writing like a story or something. I remember when I was younger, I used to write all the time. Again, in my head, so I would write all the time. So I think I would like write a story, a short story or something, like that.
All right, okay. And for me, would be like Thera. Dancing. For me, being creative is to dance. So, dancing, doing whatever, whenever is just me. Dancing is in my blood. Stepping is y'all want to see me step?
Yeah.
Y'all gonna see it one day. Not today, though. Not today.
We haven't seen it. We haven't seen it yet.
But yes, dancing and stepping for me would be something creative that I wouldn't mind spending an entire day just doing it, because it's just something that I love to do.
Nah, I can't dance. So.
Maybe Nori's gonna give us. No, she's gonna give us dance lessons.
I call it fake it till you make it. So people think I can dance, and then when they really pay attention, they're like, oh no.
Like, never mind.
From the back, it looks good. But when you get close, no.
You're just going with the flow, just acting like it.
Oh boy.
Well, those are some of the creative things that we can do. And for those of you who haven't sent in your responses, you still have time to do that. Maybe it's not going to be, read on air. However, we're still going to be reading them. But right now, we're going to go on a quick break and we'll be right back.
We will be right back with more Breaking the Silence.
At the time, I just wasn't thinking. I used social media to vent. I wish I would have thought about the effects of scaring people. I didn't mean for that to happen. People took it as a terrorist threat. The university got shut down. I got arrested by the FBI. And now, I don't know what my future looks like. I search my name on the web almost every day and look at the stuff. It's not going away. Think before you post.
Ready to connect, laugh, and learn? Breaking the Silence is your go-to for honest conversations and genuine connections.
You are watching Breaking the Silence.
You all, it was really awesome. And here Nori is still teaching us how to dance. Okay, Nori, teach us. All right, see, she is actually. All right, okay. That's just a spoiler, because we will actually have maybe a segment in the future.
She'll be the instructor.
Don't know about all that.
Yeah, but we did have really good conversation today, from serious ones, for example, mindfulness, meditation, even like, reflecting on ourselves with the rose, thorn, and bud as well.
It's always good to reflect on yourself, to see where you're improving, where you're slacking, what you can do to better yourself. It's always very important.
Yeah.
And remember, Musa.
Yes, Musa. And with that, maybe, watch out, because we might have some techniques for you all. So you might be watching out a few next episodes. Maybe we'll try some of the techniques, right?
There you go. It doesn't hurt
Let's
to
give
try.
some ideas to our over there. Yeah. But also we had like entertainment spotlight, where we shared with you our favorite shows, favorite movies, favorite books.
We all have another great show, great series for you, and it's called
Kings.
There you go.
Yeah, so that is Monday to Friday, 9 p.m. Eastern Time. Recap Saturday, Sunday, 9 p.m. Eastern Time. So you cannot escape, because it's all day, all day, all week. You know,
Yes,
you have the time
all week.
over there. You can have the marathon as well.
Yes, and you know, it fits every category. There's
It
love.
sure does.
You know, there's the detective where
There's
you're
the
like,
drama.
ooh, what is going to
Everything.
happen? Are they going to...
The suspense.
Suspense. Yes, so there's no way that you will not like the show.
There you go.
It's like the genre.
So you got to
is
make sure
just-
to watch it.
Yes.
Right?
But ladies, we don't have much time,
we
and
don't.
unfortunately, we'll have to say goodbye to them.
See
Bye.
ya.
See you next time.
I'm gone. What type of stuff is you on? Say I'm gone. I'm